Good morning, everyone. We're going to get started. So I wanted to welcome all of you back who were here yesterday to our 39th annual MPCA annual conference. And I want to welcome all of those who are here with us today for their first visit with us today. So welcome everybody. We're so glad to see everybody. So I didn't get a chance to go on any of the tours yesterday, but I heard it was fabulous. I heard they were fabulous. And I met the mayor just now, and I was sharing with him that I live in Gaithersburg, but my wife and I are in Frederick every weekend. So don't tell anybody from Gaithersburg or Rockville that I'm always up here. I told them we're always going to the Costco. We're having dinner or whatever. I bought 3 cars at the Fitzgerald dealership over there up here. So I'm always in Frederick getting service and whatever. So I love Frederick. But as everyone got a chance, or most of you got the chance to see yesterday, Frederick is beautiful. Downtown Frederick is amazing. It is absolutely, I'm gonna claim this. It is actually a hidden gem in the state of Maryland. It really is beautiful, and I hope that you all get a chance to experience it and come back to Frederick and enjoy just the beautiful walks in Frederick and just the amazing things that they're doing and that they will be doing very soon. So with that, I want to introduce the mayor, Michael O'Connor, the mayor of Frederick. He told me don't read his bio, but he'll come up here and he'll give us a couple of words, and let's just welcome the mayor. Mr. Mayor.
Good morning. I might have to put Danny on the payroll. I can tear up half my speech here of celebrating the wonderful things about Frederick. So we really appreciate you being here today. Good morning. I hope since you have been in town, and we heard a little bit about that, you've been able to get and see some of what our city has to offer. It's 75 public parks, vibrant commercial districts, including our award-winning historic downtown, many outstanding restaurants and craft beverage establishments. I do believe that Frederick is a product of good planning. The kind of work each and every one of you do every day for your communities with attention and intention. So thank you for being here and for the service each of you bring to your communities. Your attendance at this conference demonstrates the seriousness that you apply to your work. Coming together for the MPCA conference allows all of us to share our knowledge with each other and helps us serve our communities more successfully. I appreciate the collaboration and support that this conference fosters. And this may be my personal bias, but I'd like to give a special thank you to my staff and our volunteer boards and commissioners who are in the room for the work that they do every day. When you see Frederick, it very much is a credit to them. If there's anything that you don't like, take that to the elected officials. The work that's done in your communities quite literally does not get done without the hours of time and energy that you put into serving on these boards and commissions, generally with minimal, if any, compensation at all. But I tell all of our board members when I'm going through the appointment and the interview process that while not employees of the city, you are representatives of all that we do as elected officials, and you're ambassadors for the process and for government in general to our residents. Our commissioners and the commissions that they serve on, like all of you, are invaluable resources, not just to our cities, but to our residents. Your work applying local codes to projects, helping applicants navigate these codes, when allowed, granting appropriate relief for projects. It ensures our residents can manage something that, let's be honest, is not intuitive to anyone that doesn't do it for a living. That doesn't mean that it can't be learned, because you all have done so and you continue to do so by being here, and that helps us to build communities that we can all be proud of. As someone who has sat on similar boards and commissions, I'm in a minority of residents who knows the time and commitment that's required to serve, and the value that these extraordinarily important bodies bring to our communities. And I hope that each of you in some way, as I have applied to my service, draw great reward out of the work that you do on behalf of the communities that you serve. For the applicants that come before you, especially those one-off small house projects that somebody wants to do, you may be the only interaction that they ever have to have with their government and government processes. So how they experience that process through your work will tell them a great deal about the community in which they live and about the government that serves them. And so my ask to you is that you always make those interactions with the people that come before you an experience that is guided by integrity and by respect. So I'll speak for my staff and for the elected officials in the city of Frederick and all over the state, quite honestly, and the residents that I have the pleasure to lead to say how much I appreciate what you do. And if you don't hear it often enough, let me just say it one more time. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Finally, it's critical for a successful government and a community that we have community members that are joining the elected officials in reviewing these local projects. It's critical for community members to have a say in the decision-making that goes into their community. So you and I represent them in slightly different ways, but we all have a vested interest in our communities. And that helps us as elected officials. It helps us do what we do to know that we have that connection with residents who aren't elected, but who are invested in this process. And that allows all of us, I think, our goal to create the most thriving communities that we possibly can. So thank you again for your time and for your commitment. Please enjoy the remainder of your conference here in Frederick, and do come back when you can spend more time and contribute to our local economy. We appreciate that very much. Thank you so much.